it back and swap some spit.
He was driving mad, away from those who would see him dead. He was a man alone, on the road, and forgotten. Many times in the past, such situations would have found him a wreck, thinking, is this it? Yet it was not. He continued. And yet I can't help thinking at this moment, is this it? I know in my heart I deserve to pay for my sins, yet I run. They say fear drives a man. They're wrong. Courage drives a man. Drives him to want to survive. It makes him fight for an extra moment of the agony of life. So the man runs. He runs without purpose, without direction.
When I first met Shorty,
Run.
he was,
Only thought
Michael! Michael, can you shut that off, please?
fire.
When I first met Shorty, he was...
Passion. A friend.
When I first met Shorty, he was a two-time loser. He had just gotten out of prison, and I found him dispensing towels at the New York Health and Racket Club. I have a lifetime membership. I remember he smoked this big fat cigar, and all the boys used to make fun of him. He was a dwarf and a hunchback. Oh, no, it was nothing like that. I just thought Orson would get a kick out of him. Sorry for him? No. No, I just thought he was funny. Well, you know, Orson just fell right in love with him.
Oh, yes, I loved him. But not in the way your tiny tabloid-trained minds would like to think. He was my chauffeur. But also he was my friend. Blocks! Blocks tied to his feet! You manage. Yes, you get by. Oh, I thought he was hysterical. Tremendously funny. Yes, not like a clown or a buffoon, You see, tragedy has this way of making you laugh riot. Yes, he was funny to look at.
He was a cat burglar.
He was always getting the short end of the stick. You see, that's when Shorty decided to go solo. But his gang wasn't about to let him out so easily, so Shorty got them all right, using an old trick that he had learned from the circus.
His solo career was very short. He hadn't even done one job yet when he was picked up by the cops. It was a total case of mistaken identity. They wanted this midget for the crime, and of course Shorty's a dwarf. Or is it the other way?
Prison life was very rough with Shorty. The other guys, they used to terrorize him, make him shine their shoes while he stand on head. But I and Nikolai stepped in and protected him. They used to call him Shorty, but he no like it. He preferred to be called that tall, good-looking guy, but we try this and nobody know who we are talking about and call him Shorty anyway. But I cannot be there for him all of the time. The other guys, inmates, they know that they can terrorize him then. I remember once when I was in the infirmary with some warts, the other guys, they played this big trick on Shorty. They tell him there is going to be this big escape.
We're planning an escape. Scientifically planned. Planks constant. 3.5 people. That's where you come in. Midnight. Guard's uniform with your laundry. You'll get a key. How do you like it? A little loose in the crotch. Crotch.
But Shorty, he said that he knew it was a joke all along. Of course, I laughed at him, but in private.
This was just after his second attempt at the criminal world. His first time around, he was just a student, an amateur. He was paying his dues. When he got out of prison, however, he was a full-fledged professional, which, of course, is the bane of our penal system. Going to prison for Shorty was like getting a scholarship to the finest university in the world. At least if you want to study racketeering, murder, bamboozling, hustling, pimping, moonshining, and extortion. That's just the core curriculum. Advanced students, they could receive a degree in anything from the subtle crime of jaywalking to assassination of a key political figure. Shorty found his niche with some of the older inmates. Oh, of course. Do you mind if I? Shorty had bad luck with gangs in the past, so This time he decided he wanted to try it solo.
As I said, he fell in with some of the older inmates. Shorty was studying the finer details of smuggling. He brought himself this large coat, went into a Canadian liquor store and bought 20 liters of whiskey and just walked across the border. Well, not exactly walked. Of course, Prohibition had been over for years. As I said, he fell in with some of the older inmates.
Well, technically, it wasn't until then that he became a cat burglar. The law must abide by strict definitions. The category any one criminal falls into is defined wholly by a set of predetermined criteria. Now, up until this point, we had Shorty classified several ways. In Chicago, they had him under petty larceny. Niagara had him under smuggling, of course. And in Utah, they had him filed under midget, but they have special laws there. In New York, we always knew where he was headed, and we were just waiting to slap a label on him. There are several qualifications you have to meet if you want to be a cat burglar. 1, you've got to wear a black outfit from head to toe. Now, this is an important one, and is overlooked in only rare circumstances. See, I know a man who evaded this label for years because he wore white tennis shoes with his otherwise totally black outfit. He slipped up, though, by submitting to a shoe shine provided by one of our undercover agents. He polished his shoes right black and then made an arrest. 2, entrance to the office, apartment, or store being felonized must be made in a surreptitious manner. In other words, entrance through a front or side door, forcibly or not, doesn't qualify. Fire escape is okay, but the use of climbing or human fly equipment is always preferred. 3, the cat burglar must leave some telltale sign of his presence. Well, this one is obvious, and usually takes the form of a single rose, a glove, or a calling card, or some other immediately identifiable signature. Shorty used to leave a present in a toilet. 4, physical contact with female occupants must never occur. The second that there is any contact, the criminal immediately falls under the classification of kissing bandit, which is a whole nother ball of wax. 5, meowing or purring sounds must be made during or immediately after crime. I think somebody around here is trying to make fun. cat burglar must leave some telltale sign of his presence. Physical contact with female occupants must never occur. Then we lost track of him. After a series of crimes which have inspired modern legends, he just stopped for no apparent reason.
Said it was something biblical. But he never really went into it. That's when he decided to legitimize.
I brought him over to Orson's and it was like magic. From the moment they met up until the incident, they were inseparable.
Yes, quite. Would have died without him. Almost did die. I got a chicken bone caught right there. You see, Shorty was more than a chauffeur. He was constantly with me. And the reason I say what I say is that he actually saved me several times. Yes, I have this chronic condition. I keep getting things caught right there. Well, it's a terrible nuisance, really. Well, here, let me show you. Young man, come here. You see, you place the hands directly below the sternum and you pull, which the motion forces air through the esophagus and dislodges the bone or hunk of pepperoni or whatever. Oh, we had some good times, Shorty and I. Yes. When he was a part of my life, I could do no wrong. It wasn't until he met that woman that, when that woman came into his life, then mine became the living debacle that you see today. But time has taught me to be fair about that. I was partly at fault. I used to fly into a jealous rage. There was nothing like that in our relationship at all. The plain fact of the matter is that she was trouble for him from the onset. So, we parted ways. Should I elaborate?
At this point in Shorty's life, he became extremely reclusive, and it was difficult to find anyone with enough contact to his daily routine to offer any insights into what was going on inside that disproportional head of his. We tried to interview the woman who affected Shorty in such a powerful way. We do know that he spent 6 months living with her in Manhattan. Neighbors say he left rarely, and some had no idea they were living next to a midget. During his self-imposed exile, Shorty turned to his inner self. He began exploring the sensitive side of his personality. He wrote a poem. Shortly thereafter, Shorty submitted to an interview by the Daughters of the Revolution, a group he referred to as stimulating. Sadly, the audio portion of the interview has been lost. The next time Shorty is to emerge from his self-woven cocoon is for a dastardly return to a life of crime.
I'm a woman, you know. It was the first time he was in prison that we met. Yes, I know it was an all-male institution. Yes, I know it was an all-male institution, but I guess they just, you know. I'm a woman, you know. Shorty first noticed there was something different about me in the shower. And after that, oh, it was our little secret. Oh, he made love like an expert. We split up when he got out. Several years later, we bumped into each other on the street.
Harry, it's good to see you. It's been too long.
I miss you.
Yeah.
How have you been, George?
I can't tell you how happy I am. I'm in love! And the world couldn't be greater.
What are you living on?
I had a job as a driver for a while. Got into some employer-employee relationship problems.
Gotta be tough.
What's that?
Got yourself a girl? Maybe thinking of settling down? House costs money, George. Family costs money.
Yeah, well, I have a lead on some job.
Well, sure. How long will that take? Couple of months? Girl might get hungry. Take off with someone who can put some bacon on the table.
Harry, what are you talking about? My girl ain't gonna leave. We have love.
Okay. Okay, if that's the way it is. God bless.
What?
All I'm saying is that a girl, no matter how much in love she is, needs to have a little security in her man if she's going to stick around. And I'm telling you that not only as a friend, but as a woman.
You got any ideas?
One last job, you and me together again, like the old days.
What are you talking about? We never did any jobbers in the old days. What kind of job you got in mind?
It's a bad job. We'll rendezvous later, like you planned.
Right.
The story is incomplete. Harry was apprehended not 3 blocks from where she left Shorty. Shorty? Well, Shorty disappeared. He didn't go to the rendezvous. He didn't go back to his fiancée. Where did he go? That's a question over 5,000 law enforcement agents would like to answer. That doesn't mean people don't have their theories. He could be anywhere. You could live next to him. But the writers have their own theories.